Ottawa and Toronto, the Buds, the Maple Leafs are up 3-0. And in spite of Ottawa's best efforts, Ottawa starting each game in this series with more hits, more shots, more energy, and heavy pressure on the Leafs. It's the Leafs team defensive zone and Anthony Stolarz that settles it down again. It's like we've been on this carnival ride before, got the t-shirt in the picture. Also, the Leafs all-stars and scorers can eventually break through, busting through.
Dude, your ceiling is like so high. You can just bust right through.
Yep, keep busting through ceilings and put away the Ottawa Senators. This one goes into overtime. We're going to get into all the hits, all the scores. We're going to talk about Toronto. We'll talk about the state of this series and where we think these two teams are at and what it means for both. Let's go. The start of this game, we're going to show you a quick 2-on-2. So it's a little forecheck here. Here's our second player. He's going to end up breaking over here to the wall. Great forecheck here by Ottawa. The early aggressive play results in a turnover. And then what we're going to see next is a quick hustle towards the boards and an absolute blow 'em up hit. Signature of the Ottawa Senators early in the game. And that allows Batherson to move it over to the man, Jimmy Stützle. I mean, this is a really great scoring chance from the best player on the Ottawa Senators. Great shot, better save by Stolarz. Stolarz did this all game. Even our breakaway here from Ottawa, we see it's Dylan Cousins in on Stolarz. Stolarz doesn't bite at all. There's no movement from Stolarz. He gives him absolutely nothing to shoot at. Not a great move there by Cousins. Doesn't try to get him to move, but another huge save by the man in net. And overall, I think that was the resounding theme of all three games in this series. Every time Ottawa gets momentum, Stolarz and the team defense shut him down. Sometimes it's the team defense. Sometimes it's Stolarz. They work together in a great harmonious unit. But it's Craig Berube and I think what he's got these Maple Leafs doing that make them feel different in these playoffs. It's been a struggle for Toronto to win rounds, but they are convincingly staying calm, poised. They look like veterans. They're very comfortable playing within 1-goal games, which is different from what we've seen from the Leafs before. If you're a Leafs fan and you see Ottawa go up, you might be clutching your pearls a little bit there, worried that they're going to let that game go. They don't. They stick to the game plan. It works out for the Leafs. And it's not like Ottawa played bad here. It's not like Ullmark played bad. I mean, as we see him walk in, it's Ullmark with an absolutely beautiful save. That puck comes out into the slot. It's the Leafs that actually pick it up, even on a 2-on-1, and Ullmark shuts it down. So he was doing just as well as Stolarz was. Stolarz just did it a little better. Willie Nylander, breakaway time early in the game. As it's 0-0, we see the greatness that is Ullmark here. It hasn't been enough. But this is so interesting. I think Willie's a dynamic player. It's been a long time since I've seen a guy do this. Snapshot, slap shot from the mid slot. You know, I got to be honest. I am so bad at playing NHL games as you would. I'm terrible making dekes. So really, I just step in and let slappers go. They never work. I didn't expect this one would work here. Willie Nylander has some of the best hands in the NHL. He's a great goal scorer, but that was kind of entertaining to see. Nice save by Ullmark. It was, however, jokes aside about my poor video game prowess, the first sign of cracks in that first period. For about the first 15 to 17 minutes, that whole first period, I felt was all Ottawa. And then it was at about this time when the game was 0-0 that breakaway pass signified to me that the Leafs skill players were starting to open up this game. And they did. The next thing we're going to talk about is this absolutely massive reverse hit. If you don't know what a reverse hit is, it's when the offensive player picks up the puck and generates a body check to the back using his butt and his shoulders to a defending player that's either looking to play the puck or play the man. Boom, big hit. Now, I have a lot of thoughts about these, and this isn't me picking on Ottawa because I'm a Leafs fan, because I am not. I'm very neutral in this series. It's just my opinion on hits like this. I think they're junk. They're exciting for fans, but they are so dangerous. They're one of the most dangerous hits in the game because the defending player isn't prepared for it. In hockey, when we get hit, and I know everybody from Toronto and Ottawa has played hockey before, so you all get it. I'm not talking to an audience that isn't well educated, but you know when you're going to get hit, you prepare your body for it. You get close to the boards, you defend yourself. You make sure you don't get a concussion. You make sure you tuck things in and you take that check. A reverse hit, you don't have the opportunity to do it. You're not thinking about this. Like, it's new to the game. It's only been around for a few years. You're going in, you're trying to make a play on the puck, or you're trying to make a play on the man. And we all know you can't hit him from behind. So it's not like I can wholesale you in the numbers when you have the puck. So why can you turn around and put shoulder, hips, and elbow into my chin, neck, sternum, or whatever it is? It's almost unfairly against the defending player at that point, which is weird. I mean, what do I do as a defending player? Do I go into every offensive player who's showing me his back, wholesale them into the boards, and we end up having a bunch of guys in wheelchairs? It's a super dangerous hit. We know that when you hit a guy on the numbers. So why can a guy use his numbers to hit you? And this is just the illustration of it. I mean, look at this. You're not ready for it. There's nothing ready here. Again, this isn't about the Leafs or the Senators. This is just about the hits in general. But he's not ready. I mean, there's no way you can prepare for this. And it's bang, like his head snaps back. He's on the ice. I can see it now in the comments. Suck it up, Coach Ryan D. It's playoff hockey. Go watch my video about the Panthers and the Bolts. I'm a big fan of giant hits, playoff hockey. I'm the first one to say, suck it up, Buttercup, and get in there. I just think these are ridiculous hits. I put the reverse hit right up there with the slew foot. I think it's just junk. You let me know what you think, though, below in the comments. And while you're down there, take a look at our description because we have a Discord link down there. Would love to have the Leafs and Senator fans join us for more playoff discourse, chat with Coach Ryan D and some of our great moderators. Good little hockey community getting going down there. We'd love to have you as a part of it. Goal number 1, 2-man advantage. Normally you go into a box +1. They end up working a diamond or a 1-3-1 here. You see the little movement here. You see the little switch. It's Claude Giroux on the top. And you take a look at where Stolarz is looking here. He's looking over this right shoulder. He's looking to see if the puck goes here. He's anticipating the puck is going to go to the right. And Claude Giroux right now doesn't look like he's in any position to take a shot. You can take a shot from any position in the NHL. I mean, he's an NHL player. He's going to prove that here, but there are so many different options that he can go to right now. And that is what actually lulls Stolarz to sleep. He just walks in and it's basically a pass shot. If for anything, it's just throwing it on net. It ends up beating him. It's 1-0 Ottawa. A little bit of time goes by and it is Toronto on their own power play. It's the 5-forward unit that we all know when they're out there. I don't know what you want me to break down on this play. This is movement, and these are guys being creative. There's really no system here. We have a little bit of a switch here. They're creating time and space, and I can see the confusion on the Ottawa players. I'm confused up here at the top watching it. We see Matthews end up coming through the middle, and they're going, man, what am I covering here? You got a player over here. The nice thing about power plays these days is there's so much less static. There's so much momentum and movement. When you get 5 guys this skilled out there, they're so creative. You end up moving it down low. Maybe we could call this a bumper position or a net position at that point, but you really don't have them in a shooter spot or a bumper spot. And then they go to move it wide. I mean, the move down low has created a few lanes here. You have 2 options. You can go low towards the net and jam, or you can move it over here to Marner. But either way, you have now trapped the Ottawa Senators because of your confusing movement, and everybody is confused, but the Leafs players. They know exactly what they're doing. So they move it over to Marner. Marner just quickly moves it over with a quick one-touch. I mean, that's just bang, bang, beautifulness. There's too many angle changes there for Ullmark or anyone to really follow. They end up putting that puck in on net. Okay, fine, hits a player, no big deal. And it's a backhand pass from Knies that ends up going off skates. Looks like Matthews puts it in, but he doesn't. That's a credit to Knies. It's 1-1. And for anyone that says the puck doesn't bounce right for the Toronto Maple Leafs, I tell you every year, this is a new year. What happened last year is last year. What happened this year is this year. So if you're a Leafs fan and you're starting to get some hope that maybe you're getting some puck luck, go for it. Every year is a new year for puck luck, and puck luck occurs when you make great plays. That was a fantastic power play by Toronto. Now, here's one challenge I have seen from Ottawa. They're young. They're inexperienced in the playoffs. They may have some veterans, but you really do have to play playoff hockey. There's nothing you can do to practice playoff hockey. As they go in to pick up this puck, take a look. Whack. Like, Matty Knies is on him, which is fine. It's a forecheck. It's a one-man forecheck, but this is an absolute lazy whack around the boards. That whack around the boards ends up on the stick of the Leafs. There's nobody there. Everybody from Ottawa is away from the puck, and now you've caused a turnover. That turnover leads to Toronto Maple Leafs control, and then there's a few opportunities here in bouncing pucks for Ottawa to get this one out. They don't, and Auston Matthews, who is one of the best defensive forwards in the NHL, right up there with Alexander Barkov, gets another takeaway for Matthews. They're in the offensive zone. What do you mean they're on defense? Guys, we all know this as educated hockey fans. Again, Canadian market teams, we're breaking down here. When you don't have the puck on your stick, you're on defense. Even if it's for a second, Toronto didn't have control of the puck at that point. Matthews is on defense. Great defensive takeaway in the offensive zone. Matthews ends up sneaking that out to the point, and it's actually a bounce off the Ottawa Senators' leg, which leads to a quick shot, rims around to Morgan Rielly. They still have control of the puck, rims around behind the net. It's a beautiful, gross, absolutely gross one-touch pass here. Take a look at it again. Rielly is going to put it around the board, so he fakes the shot here. That's going to take Ullmark out of it. And you can see he's sneaking behind the net. He knows this is coming. This is a nice little set play. This is what happens when you just let the kids play, as they say. They rim that puck around the net, and take a look right here. Bink, bink in the back of the net. No chance for Ottawa. And that's where, as an Ottawa fan, you start feeling, oh boy, this has happened before. The dam is broken before. You're not playing a bad game, but I mean, there was like 6 bounces that went favorably for the Leafs on that play. The reason those bounces went favorably for the Leafs, and the reason it might be different this year than past years, is because they are working hard for pucks. The Leafs are working hard to create those turnovers, and you work hard to earn lucky bounces. They're still lucky because pucks go in crazy different directions, but the harder you work and the more you're in a correct position, the more it tends to be that those pucks bounce to your stick. What a quinky dink. The captain, Brady Tkachuk, ties up the game here. It's just a simple little zone entry here. For the great game that Stolarz and the team defense has played here, it's a simple little zone entry. It's a quick little 2-on-1 or 3-on-2, however you want to describe it. I always describe them as 2-on-1s because, as you can see here, there's 2 players to 1. And normally what would happen here is you would see a more skilled player, I think, and not that Brady isn't skilled. He's just not at the same level of some of the guys with sick hands. They do a little 360-degree by ice here as you end up driving the middle. You'd hold some zone control and you'd set up for a really good shot. But sometimes just a meat and potatoes play, like a quick little snapshot on net, is the way to go. It beats Stolarz. They tie the game and head to overtime. The overtime comes down to one of my favorite aspects of the game. It's faceoffs, and the Leafs killed them in faceoffs tonight. It was 32-19 for the Leafs. Here's Matthews. Like I said, the hallmark of a great defensive player, offensive player, and a really great faceoff man. He's right there with Barkov. Wins that draw clean. It ends up taking a nifty little bounce. That nifty little bounce ends up on the stick of a defenseman who takes a knuckler, and it ends up beating Ullmark to go up 3-0. Great bounces for the Leafs, but great bounces earned by hard work. So this gives me a lot of belief in them. There is an absolutely heavy, gigantic series being played in Florida right now, Leafs fans. If you're not watching it, I'm sure you're watching it closely. Florida is banging bodies. Tampa's banging bodies. It's almost as violent. Nah, I'm sorry. I'm being nice. It's more violent than this series. Those are 2 very good teams. It's not that Ottawa's a bad team, but this is the gift you get by doing well in the regular season. You earn good matchups. Toronto has a favorable matchup in this one. We did predict the Leafs to win it. I said Ottawa needed to win one at home, especially the first one, to turn this series around. When you go down 3-0, it's very unlikely you're going to come back. It's only happened 4 times in the NHL, twice in the modern era, so kind of wild that way. It's not that it can't happen, and it's not that if it did happen, it would happen to the Leafs. Like, let's be honest, it's just what would occur, but it's not going to happen in this time. So I hope Ottawa ends up taking the game just for their sake. But at the end of the day, if you're a Senators fan, this team has built forward, and you need to lose in the playoffs before you can win. They're gaining valuable experiences. Very few teams just enter the playoffs after a long playoff drought like they've had and win rounds. It's rare. You got to earn it through losing. The Leafs have earned it at this point, and this team looks good. It looks different than years past. I have covered the Leafs. They are more defensive. They're more aggressive. They're calmer. They're more poised. They look really good in this series. All right, guys, that's everything I have today. Stay tuned. We'll catch you for Game 4.